We're going over to Rotnesst Island. It's not such a great day. It's not going to be raining, just a bit showery, a bit cold. It's only going to be 15 degrees max today, so we're all rugged up, ready to go. We're going to do it anyway. Andrew's standing up so he doesn't get seasick.
Arrived, Rotnesst. I've accidentally kicked a quokka, didn't even know he was there, and Kathy's now making friends. Let's see if we can get close. Can we get the smile? And this is our little quokka. Are you smiling for me? Maybe a little bit, but not a lot. We've just come down from Juliet's Lookout on Rotnesst Island. We're doing a walking tour. Really lovely elderly couple taking us, the little volunteers, talking about what's in front of us. There's brim here that trim their little hedges into polygons, and their little territorial things, and they have their little gardens, I guess, to go, this is my home, for attracting mates and so on. So really strange, odd things here, and this happens to be an introduced species to the island. This is a Kathy. People come here swimming and snorkeling. This is part of the snorkeling tour that you can do from a couple of headlands around. This in summer is beautiful, I would imagine. Oh, hang on, I've got to get two lighthouses on Rotnesst Island. This is one. We'll see the other one from a distance. Not going to have time to get close, I don't think. Beautiful lighthouse. Many history associated with the area. They had a submarine base here where there was 129 submarines accommodated during World War II. Guns were only ever fired once during the war, and that was kind of in anger. There was a merchant ship that wasn't giving signals, and so they fired the guns to wake them up and make them communicate. So in the distance there is the gun, as opposed to all the other gun batteries we've seen in Australia. This is the only one though there's still a gun there. Western Australia is famous, well, when you say Western Australia, Perth and the surrounding waterways are famous for the Fremantle Doctor, which is in summer this really strong wind that comes in the afternoon, and it's so strong that if you look down here you see these clumps of trees. Well, at least you think they're clumps of trees, but they're actually individual trees that have learnt to grow lying down because the wind is so strong. As we walk, we've arrived on Rotnesst Island. Where did we arrive? And then we got a coffee, saw some quokkas. We're going to go back and look at them again. Then we caught the hop on hop off bus, and where have we stopped?
Did like a little walking tour with the guide around Parker Point, I think it's called, and through to Little Salmon Bay.
And we looked at Juliet. Was there a Juliet or something like that? A Juliet Lookout?
Yeah, Juliet's Lookout. And then we jumped on the bus again and came to down here with the lighthouse, walked up to the lighthouse, back on, and we're going to hop back on the bus and go up to West End, to right at the end of the island on Seal Rocks.
Nice. And then where from there?
And then we'll hop back on the bus and go all the way back almost to the start and grab some lunch before.
Have we missed many spots along the way? So, are we coming back here in summer, do you think?
Yeah, because it looks like there's just this awesome snorkel trail.
And everywhere you go, people on bikes. Apparently they have more than 1,000 bikes hired out in summer and they run out. It's stop 9 on Rotnesst Island. This is Green Island. Even on a bad day, it's a really pretty place to be, and you can understand why all the boaties come out here from Perth. It's only a half-hour boat ride in the ferry. So on a good day you'd be here in 15 minutes on a fast boat. We just walked from that lighthouse to here at Green Island, smashed it out. We walked up the hill of the lighthouse and back down. So we're getting our steps up for the day. She looks fit, she's barely puffing. Got off the stop, I think it's stop 13, Kathy? Cape Lemming, sorry, 11. We're coming up to look at, and there's going to be a seal rock and local resident. And off we go. Today's history lesson is Rotnesst Island was discovered by a Captain Lemming. He was a Dutch captain and he saw all these quokkas on the island and he thought they were just big rats. So he called it Rotnesst Island and over time it's changed to Rotnesst. Obviously they're not rats. So here we go. Rotnesst, a lot of cool rock and waveforms. Oh, look at that. It's almost like a blowhole sideways. A really good sized swell running. Swell's running on both sides of the island. We're at the tip, so it breaks down either side of the island. We're on the leeward side of the island, so it's a bit cleaner and calmer. Not a lot, but a bit. So Kathy, where are we?
Cape Fleming.
Cape Fleming?
West End.
West End, say that louder.
West End bus stop at Cape Fleming.
Right, and what are we looking at here?
These are this huge, the wave is like rolling in over there. It's just awesome. Awesome to be here on such a big swell day.
We've been lucky with the big swells. We've seen big waves hit coastal headlands. Look at this. Watch it crash.
Seal rocks.
And what's here?
The seals in the water there with their fins up getting some sun. You can see all their flippers and tails.
Flippers in the sun, warming up. I can't tell whether I can get them in the screen or not, but they're out there. Cool.
There's probably some of those rocks there too.
So I'm assuming they hang out in the rocks. Yes, there are some on the rocks. I can see some. Not all the lumps are seals, but there are some seals amongst them. This is how you take a photo of a quokka. Rotnesst. What a great day it's been. Great day. This big red bus driving around Perth. We've just seen the stadium and we're hearing lots of interesting things about where we're going. Swan River and the Perth CBD. We're down by the Swan River in Perth City CBD. Coppers are about to do their competencies to go in and out of the things. We have the bell tower. This is the bell tower where they have the actual bells of St Clement's from the nursery rhyme. So we're going to go have a walk in there, ring some bells, go up the road, get some lunch, have a massage, fill in some time and then pick the car up from service. We've had a good ride on the red bus. We might hop back on. We'll see how we go. We're in Perth.
Hang on, it's just gone out.
We've got this ad thing. So it's like this round moving billboard. Everything changes with new ads. We get moving things, but never round ones back in Brizzy. And I just saw AB Facey's building. So Tim, when you were younger, I tried to read you a book, but it was too old in English and it bored you. But I think you enjoyed the fact that I was just reading to you. But the man I wrote the book about, AB Facey, A Fortunate Life, this building is named after him. After a successful day of navigating the traffic throughout Perth, we've gone into Perth City to get the car in for service. We've then walked through town. We've caught a double-decker topless bus for a tourist drive. We have gone shopping. We've had a bit of Japanese sushi stuff for lunch. What else did we do? We went shopping.
Got a massage.
Done a massage.
Just walked around the street.
Walked around the street.
Did
Seen
a hop
some.
on, hop off bus tour.
We've had a good day. We've seen some sights. Haven't videoed everything, and we've taken photos of everything, but we've seen some sights. And we're now back out. Well, we stopped off at Cottesloe Beach and had a look at some of the beaches. There's surf in the middle of a city. I reckon that is cool, that you could live in a city and have a surf of an afternoon. And now we're
going to go to Cicerello's.
Cicerello's. Kathy says that's where we're going to get the best fish and chips in South Fremantle. And we're going to eat it on Bathers Beach, she tells me. So that's our day. Well, I didn't take any video photos of dinner. It was all right. But we've now just walked 100 metres away from Cicerello's, whatever it is, and we're now at Bathers Beach. I'm going to sit and watch maybe sunset, unless it gets too cold. But it's a nice spot. Tuesday morning, and we're doing a tour of a jail that only closed down in the late 90s or something. I'll probably get some extra facts later. But boys, I'm going to take some photos and stuff, so if you end up being naughty in life, this is where you could end up. So I'll tell you whether it's good, bad or ugly. Grounds. This is where they had veggie garden, but that got closed down because a plant was growing in between the tomatoes that was not designed, so no more garden. But they've got a bit of a garden up there. But this is the prison. So this is one of the outdoor cell block areas. Broken glass on the top, razor wire, and a yard. This one was for all of the prisoners who were robbers, car thieves, drug people. Legit, just like in the movies. Just amazing. This is exactly like the movies, except dim and dark. This is a cell where the most dangerous of the dangerous go. They lock them in here to protect the other prisoners. These are the bad guys.
Instead of clothes, they have laces instead of buttons because they're easier to take off a lifeless corpse. They bring him to cell number 1 in solitary, where he will sit with a man of faith, and there will be 2 officers there to look after your needs. They'll give you a last meal of tea and toast, and if you're lucky, maybe a bit of whiskey or brandy to steady your nerves. At 5 minutes to 8, the superintendent rolls up and orders the man to stand. They shackle his legs with a chain so he can walk. His hands are shackled behind his back. A hood is placed upon his head. 1 minute gets into that door. 1 minute remains. The hood is pulled down over his face out there. He never gets to see this. The 4 guards, chaplain, superintendent lead them to the rope. The 2 doors there were pinned up, that cage did not exist. When he gets there, a strap comes out, bringing his feet in together. And they put the noose around his neck.
And this is how cells used to be very, very early. I reckon they're about 2 metres by 2.5.
So this is the roundhouse at Fremantle.
Later, British prisons.
This was built as a
Yeah.
jail originally.
The word prison. Prison is.
And they're going to fire a cannon at 1 o'clock. They fire a cannon every day at 1 o'clock. Here's the public stocks. That's the curfew bell that was rung each night at 9:50 to warn those on parole convicts who were on the streets of Fremantle or drinking at the hotels that it was time to come back. And it just fired, and we missed it on the video. Just a big boom. From up here. Nice view from up here though. And that's the cannon.
Now, if these 2 young ladies have done the right thing, give them a round of applause.
And this tunnel was a whalers tunnel. It was built in 1837 to transport whales and stuff that they used to kill for blubber and all that sort of stuff that they would transport it through here underneath the roundhouse. So I'm in the shipwrecks gallery, and this is the Batavia gallery. So this is the ship in 1629, which was shipwrecked. Carried about 30 cannons originally, and this is what they've been able to recover. Like beautiful, amazing, like wooden structure. And this is like the inside of the ship with the supports. It's pretty cool. They said they had to, when they recovered the wood, it splits, so they've had to replace it with like wax as they've gone along to preserve it so that it would be preserved. And they've even got like a skeleton that they found of someone that was murdered when it was shipwrecked on the island. Apparently he had a blunt instrument thing to his head. So this is one of the streets in Fremantle. This is Cliff Street, and the buildings are just all of these old times, so historical, so cool, like real, so full of like history and yeah, just interesting. Like this little, just the front of a building. And here's the. Like some of it has just got all this such beautiful artwork. It's fun with the wrought iron railings. And there's a car parked there.